So is there anything that you can do in these multiple offer situations to get your offer to the top of the list? We have 5 things that you can do that will get you closer to getting that deal. My name's Steve. I'm a real estate agent with Keller Williams, Realty Atlanta Partners with the Malone Realty Group. So let's talk about it. We're recording this at the end of 2020. And at the end of 2020, it's what it's been for most of 2020. A very, very competitive marketplace if you're looking to buy a house because there's not much on the market. And with the rates being as low as they are, near record lows, we've set another record earlier this week. So the rates just continue to hover near or at historic lows all year. Because of that, the buyers are there and they are there and ready to buy. The sellers are just not for whatever reason. Really, one of the big reasons we're seeing now, I think earlier in the year, it had to do with the fact that people just didn't want to sell their house because they didn't want anybody coming in with COVID coming into the house. Now, the big thing is they sell their house. Where are they going? Because there's nothing out there, so people aren't selling their house. So that's even fewer houses on the market, and so on and so forth. So anything that does go on the market, if it looks the part and it's in that real strong price range, it's going to have multiple offers. And we've been dealing with a lot of buyers that just get in that multiple offer situation and they lose out. So there are 5 things you can do to improve the likelihood that your offer is chosen. There's no fail-safe way of doing it, but there's 5 things that you can do to get your offer closer to the top of the list. Number one, we've talked about this before, and this is really the first thing you're supposed to do, but have a very strong pre-approval, have your finances in order before you go out. So a lot of buyers that think to themselves, let's go out, let's look, if we find the right house, then we'll get the mortgage. You're not going to get the house in time. If you see the perfect house, you do not have time to get a pre-approval. By the time you get the pre-approval, the house is under contract with somebody else. Nobody's going to even look at your offer if it doesn't have a solid pre-approval. So you need a pre-approval in hand before you go looking at houses, because if you find the house and you have no pre-approval, you're going to miss it. And have it be strong, have a very solid pre-approval, have your finances in order before going in. That's going to make you a much stronger candidate when you make your offer. Right? So that's number one. Number two, we got to make a move quick. All right. So, and what I mean by that is there are some buyers that go out, they see the house, they say, that's it, let's go. There's some buyers that they want to think about it. They want to wait a couple days. They want to, kind of weigh the ups and downs. We always say, pick the 5 things that you want in your house. Okay. If it's in the area that you want and the price that you want, and it meets all 5 of those things, if we walk out of the house, if you can't come up with an idea as to why you shouldn't write the offer, you need to write the offer. Because if it meets all the criteria you wanted, it's in the price range you wanted, in the area you wanted, what else is there to think about? Now, unfortunately, yes, there are people that do want to think about it. When you get into the due diligence period, that's your opportunity to potentially think about it. If for some reason you decide this just isn't it, in Georgia, you can back out in the due diligence period and still get your earnest money back. Talk to your agent about how long that period it is and all the details about that. But if you put in the offer today and you still have a due diligence period of 7 to 10 days, you have that amount of time to really kind of think about, is this really going to work? And you can back out for any reason in the state of Georgia during that due diligence period. Again, talk to your agent about that, but you got to be quick. I've had several buyers this year who they found the right house, the exact house they wanted, and they wanted to wait just a day or two before they decided to make an offer, and they lost the house and ended up not being able to find the next one. So keep that in mind. We got to move quick in this market. If it's the right house, you got to make that offer. All right, number 3, there is a time and a place where you play, let's get the best deal possible. There's a time and a place where we go wheeling and dealing. And, as an agent, I take a lot of pride in trying to get you the best deal possible and really getting that number down for my buyers and getting as much stuff as we can. There's a time and a place for that. If it's a brand new house that just came on the market and looks the part and, it has back to back to back to back to back to back showings all day and then all day the next day, and there's going to be 10 offers on that house, I'm a good negotiator. I can't do a whole lot with that. So there is a time and a place. If the house has been on the market for a month, month and a half, and nobody's bought it yet, for whatever reason, maybe then you have the opportunity to maybe play let's make a deal and get that number down. But if it just came on the market, you've got to realize, especially when you see all the people are going to see it, if it looks the part, there's not a whole lot you can do. But what you can do, what your agent can do, is there are ways that we can reach out to the agent, kind of introduce ourselves, introduce the buyers, tell them a little bit about it. We can get one of our loan officers to call the agent to let them know that this buyer has a very strong pre-approval. There's things that we can do to help you stand out, and that's what we specialize in. If we can't get you the best deal on a house that's been on the market for a month to 2 months, if it's a brand new house, what we can do is let's swing for the fences and let's do our thing and let's get you that house. All right, so that's number 3. Know that there's a time and a place to play Let's Make a Deal, and there's a time and a place where it's time to go and get that house by any means necessary. So number 4, you need to be flexible on terms when putting in the offer. One of the big things about putting an offer in these multiple offer situations, you can't ask for a whole lot. Okay, we can't ask for, let's get some new carpets, let's go ahead and get the air conditioner replaced, roof looks a little shot in the front, let's go ahead and get that roof done. While you're at it, let's go ahead and get an extra $6,000 in closing costs so I can fix some other stuff. And why, you know what I mean? You can't really do that because the other people that are putting in bids in a multiple offer situation, they're not asking for hardly anything. So just know that, in those multiple offer situations, you can't really ask for a whole lot. There are markets, sometimes when the buyer gets a little more flexibility. At this point in time, it is not that market. So you got to be a little more flexible on the terms. One of the other things is, the ways to be flexible is you can go and be flexible on closing date. We call the agent and say, hey, when do they need to close? Do they need a sooner close or a later close? You can be flexible on the amount of earnest money you give. You can put in more earnest money, making your offer a little bit stronger. So there's things that you can do to make your offer a little bit more reasonable or a little bit more attractive to the potential seller. So know that. You got to be a little flexible when asking for the home. We'd love to get you all that stuff. I'd love to get all my buyers, a home warranty, brand new carpets, brand new air conditioners. Let's get them a new roof. Let's throw a fridge in there. Why not? Not always going to be able to happen. So keep that in mind. Got to be a little flexible. And finally, if you hire an agent, listen to your agent. Work with your agent. Your agent knows what's going on. Sometimes agents run into buyers who, they kind of want to drive the negotiating and they kind of want to say, well, why don't we do this and why don't we do that? Ask the agent what their thoughts are. The agent is in this market. The agent's in this market every single day. We know what these houses are going for. If you see a house right now, and we're talking December 2020, you see a house that goes on the market, let's say in Suwannee, and it's $275, it's a ranch, everything looks great on the house is going to rock and roll, it's going to be gone quickly. Okay, so that being said, yeah, I know that if it goes $275, there's a likelihood it's going to probably take $285 to $290 to win the deal. Again, this is a hypothetical situation, but it's going to take something in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $15,000 over asking to win the deal. Talk to your agent before you say, well, you know what? I know it's listed $275. Why don't we offer $270 and see what they say? What they're going to say is, thank you for giving us the offer, but we're going with one of the other 75 offers that was higher than yours. Okay, so talk to your agent. Again, our job is not to, give away the bank. Okay, we're here to protect our people. But at the same time, we are very aware of what market we're in right now. Right now, in North Georgia, is a very, very strong seller's market. It's a very weak buyer's market. And it just is what it is. So that being said, we will walk you through the process, save you as much money as possible. But at the end of the day, if you want to buy a house and you want to get that house, talk to your agent. Your agent will let you know what you probably need to do to get that house. Okay, so let the agent lead you. Let the agent be your advisor through the process. Let them tell you, let them guide you with where you should go to get that. So if you follow those 5 things, again, what are they? Finances in order. I'm sorry, I'm reading off my notes, okay? I'm old, I can't remember all this stuff. So finances in order, you gotta move quick. You gotta make the move. I know you wanna think about it, we gotta make the move quick. There's a time and a place for best offers, and there's a time and a place for let's swing for the fences. You gotta be flexible on your offers. You gotta give a little bit to get a little bit, or to get the house. Number 5, work with your agent. Listen to your agent. Your agent works in this market. They know what it's going to take to get that house. You follow those 5 things, it's going to get you higher to the top of the list. You may even get that house in 2021. So if you have questions about the process, give me a shout. 470-233-4409. Steve, real estate agent Keller Williams, Malone Realty Group. Y'all take care. Bye.